Yo, what is up, guys? Joker bringing you another video. This is going to be a video for the 3.24 Necropolis League, right? I guess I've been under a rock or something because I did not notice that they had already been releasing spoiler videos. So this is going to be a TLDR speed run of everything that we've received so far, so I can not only get caught up, but so I can go over it with you guys, right? And then going forward, I'm going to have more in depth videos, probably, maybe, I don't know, of everything that I find cool leading up to the launch of 3.224, which would be here probably on the 29th, right? Because this is the trailer, this is the end of the league, so it's most likely the 29th. I don't see them postponing it longer than that for any reason. So the 29th should be the official launch date. But without further ado, let's get into these updates because there is a lot and I want to keep this video under 20 minutes. So, up first, we have permanent pantheons. What this is essentially, in case you don't know, is previously you would have to unlock pantheons for each of your characters, right? You would unlock additional benefits from the major and minor gods, just pretty much additional buffs. If you're lazy like me, you never did it because you had to do it for every character. However, they went ahead and they changed that. Now you only have to do it once per league and you get the benefits across all characters. This is an insane power boost for every additional character that you make. Obviously, you're going to be doing it on your main character to min max, anyways. Well, most people would be, but this allows you to go ahead and do it on and this allows you to go ahead and do it once and get those benefits for every character across the league. So it's insane because this means as soon as you unlock pantheons for every additional character, which I believe is Act 6, it might be before that. I think it's before that. I think you get it. Is it Act 6? Do you unlock pantheons at Act 6? I don't remember. Whenever you unlock pantheons, you're going to be able to get a huge number of buffs, right? Because, as an example, if you max out Soul of the Brine King and then just the Rizlatha, right? So that's one, two, three, four, five. Yeah, it's six buffs that you're going to be getting on your character. You're going to get cannot be stunned if you've been stunned or blocked a stunning hit in 2 seconds, stun and block recovery, a chance to avoid being frozen, which is huge because a lot of people wear a wanderlust for an insanely long period of time to avoid being frozen, and then 50% reduced effective chill, which is another one of the ailments that is the most annoying, right? So that's super strong. And then you would get enemies that you've hit recently have 50% reduced life regeneration. So back when Arch Nemesis first got released, or during the Arch Nemesis League, you were able to pretty much run into some pseudo immortal mobs. So having like a frost bomb or life regen negation was like a necessity. So this would be insanely huge, right? So that's the first thing out of the way. Permanent pantheons, a decent quality of life, kind of cool, more impactful for the people that are actually going to do it than the people that aren't, but still super cool. Moving on to the next thing, we have probably my favorite update I've seen, right? This is in contention to be my favorite update of the league just because of how much trading I personally do. This gives us the ability of moving over stacks of items in one click. This is going to speed up my bulk trading an insane amount. I always tell you guys you need to buy in bulk. This is going to help you do that a lot easier because it's going to save all that wrist stress from having to click up and down rows. Really, really good quality of life. I was able to speed run it a lot faster than I was the last one. But moving on, we have auto linking. That's exactly what it sounds like. Previously, when you would link an item, you would download something like Xmouse, you would remap your up and down scrolly bar, and then you would hold down control, and that's how you would link items. Now, all you have to do is hold control and click once, and it's automatically going to start using jewelers or fusings on the item. Is it as fast as the mouse bar? No, but will it get you kicked out of the server? So probably not. TBD, right? But it's a good quality of life nonetheless, especially for the people that didn't want to download Xmouse because they were on the fence of if it was allowed or not, which totally was. Everybody used it. When I reference everybody, I mean like streamers. Um, Up next, we got a rather interesting double reveal. If we look down here, I don't think you can see it. Let me move my mouse. Let's play the video. And as you can see, you'll see he's using split arrow, right? But you'll also notice something interesting. He has a Vol skill. And I was like, when the fuck did we get Vol split arrow? Turns out this league, we are getting Vol split arrow because that's the only way he could have it because we don't have it. And then we have the quality of life update of walking over clasped hands will now open them. That's insane. This is an insane loot modifier for grasped hands because I don't think I even uploaded my video going over breach because of how uh, it was. But this is a huge quality of life, right? I ran maybe 100 maps testing out breach, and it got to the point where I was so annoyed because they nerfed the splinters you get from bosses significantly, and now 80% of the loot is coming from clasped hands. It's where you're going to get the chosen card and majority of your splinters. So the fact that you're able to just walk over them and you don't have to click on them is insane. This is going to increase the amount of loot and the average player gets from breach by an insane amount because you were never able to click the fucking clasped hands. Like you were miss out on so much loot or so much time of the breach trying to click the hands. So huge quality of life. Up next, we have the TLDR of Affliction. Pretty much TLDR, nothing is going core, at least nothing important. The only thing going core is, in my opinion, the shitty uniques. That which was taken's not going core, the ascendancies aren't going core, the spirits aren't going core. So, in my opinion, nothing worth it is making it out of Affliction. The uniques have some one-off viability, but like no, dude, they're not good. I'm sorry. So pretty much affliction, bye bye. You were loved, you were appreciated. Rest in peace. Hopefully, we get that which was taken or affliction spirits back at some point. They probably didn't bring them back because they felt they're overtuned, and honestly, they kind of are. So I can't really blame them there. But moving on, what are we doing on time? We are 8 minutes in. Oh my God, this. I'm gonna pause. I need to breathe. Okay, I had to go grab a water too because oh my god, my voice is killing me. I've tried to record this video like 7 times and each video has been like 20 minutes. And yeah, so let's just continue. Up next, we have the biggest chunk of updates that we've been spoiled so far, right? The reason why I say this is because this is a complete June rework. This is changes to quality. This is changes to masters. This is changes to a lot. Oh my God, this changes so much. So, breaking it down piece by piece, the first big change coming out of this is masters are no longer map exclusive. Previously, you were able to get Einar, Alva, June, or Nico, one of them, right? You were able to get one of the masters in your map, and you were able to really only benefit from specializing in one master. That's no longer the case. Masters are no longer map exclusive. You're able to get multiple masters per map. I'm assuming this means up to all four. I don't see a way that they could realistically duplicate the master and get like the same master multiple times in one map. I'm pretty sure there'd be no way. Like how their mechanics work. I can't see that being a possibility, but at the very least, you can get all four masters in one map, which is really cool and might add some viability just to master farming, right? Because you would be able to do things like this with all hands and then select all four of the masters, and then you have 150% increased chance for these masters to appear in your map because of all hands, right? And it changes the chance of you getting the master mission to you seeing that master. So all of these become 150% increased chance to see the master, and then all hands has a base 40% chance. So you theoretically could super easily get all four masters in your map. You probably don't want to do that because you can realistically only juice in two because they are in different sides of the map, right? You come over here for Nico and June. You come over here for Alva and Einar, right? Because you have all the beast stuff over here, and you have the temple stuff over here, and then over here you have June and Nico. And then obviously you can do some diagonal bullshit and get stuff from like Nico and Beast or Alva and June. And my goal is to find a way to get to three masters of decent juice. Those masters are going to be probably June, Einhar, and Nico, right? Nico with very little juice, but I might try that. I don't know. I have not decided on my league starting Atlas strategy yet because we have not been revealed the changes to the Atlas that I know are coming. But since we're at 11 minutes because of that tangent, we're moving on. Okay, so masters are no longer exclusive to maps. Now let's move over to June, right? June exclusively. All of the June rewards have been scrapped and moved into items. I don't know why I'm doing this backwards, but the talismans are going to be in bestiary. The flask quality is going to be in vol orbs. And from what I can tell, the armor and weapon quality and the white sockets are just gone. Like, from what I can tell, they're just gone. So that means that perfect fossils are going to be worth an insane amount, right? Because this is going to be our only way to get 30% quality on weapons and gear. I like, unless I'm misunderstanding, and feel free to correct me, but I've watched the video a couple times and I haven't seen where they are implementing the armor quality, right? It mentions like it got removed from the rewards, but it doesn't say where it's putting it. Unlike with Flask, it shows you're you're getting it out of a vol orb. I haven't seen where you're getting it otherwise. So as of right now, I believe we can only get quality on weapons and armor through perfect fossils, which gives Delve more viability because you're going to want more fossils. Then let me try to back up a little bit and let actually go forward. Go, there we go. Nope, wrong flask. A little bit more. This one. The ruby, the topaz, and the sapphire flask are going to be reworked. I'm leaving that in. I'm not cutting that. So enjoy that. They are getting a implicit of 5% max res and 40% resistance. So right now what they do is they give 50% resistance and 20% less damage taken. So overall, from what I'm able to tell, they got nerfed, right? Like early game, I believe it's a buff, but late game, it's a nerf, right? Early game for a lot of players, it's going to be a lot easier to get higher max res, especially if you're able to multi-scale with things like a chieftain and throwing on a ruby flask, right? With the 5% extra fire max res plus the free fire res, you're going to be able to gain so many benefits. Throw on a flask like this that is a ruby flask and purity of fire, and you're pretty much at 90% all res right there, right? So, insane update for Flask, right? I didn't think they were going to do a huge Flask overhaul like this. So far, I've only noticed changes with Topaz, Sapphire, and Ruby. I don't think 1500 armor. Yeah, that's not changed. Highlight a highlight another flask. Go to the Quicksilver. 40% movement speed, and he never hovers the diamond flask, does he? No, he never hovers the diamond flask. So I'm unable to see if the diamond flask changes, but so far, only things I was able to pick out of this is the fact that flask quality now comes from Vol Orbs, and they're changing Ruby, Topaz, and Sapphire Flask. Backing up a little bit more, the June rewards being scrapped, like I was mentioning, the talismans coming from Bestiary, and the flask effect, the flask quality coming from Vol Orbs. The Aisling Slam is going to be moved over to Veiled Orbs, right? And this is going to be, in my opinion, a nerf. Uh, it's going to be good for maybe mid and late game, but it's going to hard nerf early game. The reason why I say that is for items like this, a budget Omni Ring, and items like this, budget mid game boots, right? Where essentially you would rely on the Veiled Chaos Orb to get these outcomes. Because what you would do is you'd get a ring, you would roll the suffixes, you do suffixes can't be changed, you'd hit it with the Veiled Chaos, you'd craft on mana, and then you're guaranteed to unveil life because there's only 3 modifiers left at that point. And then you'd come over here and you'd put on minus cost, and bam, there you have your budget Omni ring. You're no longer going to be able to do that because when you do that, it is going to now be an Aisling where it goes ahead and removes a modifier and adds another one. So for the Omni Ring, I think it's going to stay this. We're going to have to see how it works. If it respects meta crafting or not, which I feel like it should. Um, and it should only be able to take the suffixes cannot be changed, but people are going to have to test that because when they do something with crafting, it's always a hit or miss if it's actually going to respect meta mods and stuff like that. Because there's, I think, actually more stuff that doesn't respect meta mods than stuff that actually does. So, but yeah, so I think overall it's a nerf for the early and mid game, but potentially a buff for the late game, right? Because you're no longer going to have to trust people with your items. You're going to be able to just buy Aisling, and it makes selling the Aisling Slam significantly easier. Was there anything else important that I wanted to go over? Hoardy crafting, right? We're moving from the shitty version where you would have to go ahead and hit this, and then you'd hit craft and the menu would disappear. We're moving away from that and we're moving towards where the menu is just permanent. So, really cool. This allows you to craft items significantly easier, right? That's going to save so much time instead of going back and forth. Okay. but I believe I did it, and I believe the video is under 20 minutes. Holy shit, it's 19 minutes. But yeah, that's everything that we've received since the 10th, all the updates that we're getting. I'm going to have more in depth videos on this because I have a really interesting mapping strategy that I'm thinking of. And I'm going to have the update videos as we get more announcements leading up to next Thursday, the reveal of the 3.24 Necropolis League and my opinions on it. And then obviously up until the league, I'm going to have my usual videos of like tools, tips, and tricks to get you ready for a league start. But after like 4 hours of consecutively talking, my voice is killing me. And so that's going to be it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to stay up to date with this and future content. And until next time, take care.